And joining us now with more from the Knesset is Yair Golan, member of Knesset for the Meretz Party. Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
So
Glad to be with you.
Great to have you. So the Knesset expected to dissolve today, but there's been delay after delay in passing the legislation through. Is the opposition still making it impossible for you to make any moves?
Well, I have to admit it's very hard to move forward with this opposition whatsoever. It doesn't matter what is the subject, it's a matter of the position, unfortunately. And I think that the interest of all members of Knesset right now is to dissolve the Knesset as soon as possible to provide some sort of stability in this interim period and make it, clear and fast.
Now, do you expect that the Knesset will be able to disperse today and that Yair Lapid will become the next interim prime minister?
I believe that the answer is yes. I can understand from my perspective, the pathetic attempts made by the Likud party. But I believe that there is no way to establish a different coalition in this Knesset, and therefore we are heading another elections while Yair Lapid is the prime minister.
Now, before we move forward, I want to take a look back. Members of the Meretz Party have said that the dissolution of the current government is due in large part to the actions of Yamina, led by Prime Minister Naftali Bennett. But in reality, member of Knesset Zoabi from the Meretz Party is one of the main reasons behind the fall of the coalition. Does Meretz take any responsibility for this?
I don't think that we share much responsibility, although we have some. And the reason is very clear. Rinawi Zoabi didn't left the coalition. She remained inside the coalition with very problematic votes here and there, and not much of them. It's not alike Idit Silman. It's not alike Amichai Shikli. It's not like Nir Orbach. It's not the same. In fact, the Meretz Party helped to stabilize this government very, very much. By the way, we took some very difficult measures during the last few months in almost impossible situation against our promises to our voters. And we did that because we felt, and we still feel, much responsibility for the state of Israel. Because what is needed right now is stability. And what is needed right now is a sense of normal world. All this is going to be ruined by the Likud party, by what is called the Zionist religious party. And unfortunately, they are going to take us to another campaign, unnecessary campaign.
So what, in your opinion, though, is the reason for the fall of the coalition? It can't just be due to the opposition.
I think that, unfortunately, Naftali Bennett, while doing a fine job as a prime minister, didn't manage to control his own party. And we can, imagine a different situation with such a small party that is totally controlled by the premier of the party. Well, this is not something unaskable. It's something which is supposed to be totally natural to someone who lead a party as a prime minister. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. And well, I'm sure that Naftali Bennett takes a lot of lessons out of this experience.
Now, you're currently the Deputy Economy Minister, and given the economic situation here in Israel, the high prices and so on, is this really the time to go to costly elections? Wouldn't it be more prudent to compromise? You said that Meretz made a lot of sacrifices. You did this in this coalition, and perhaps join an alternative government under Benjamin Netanyahu.
Benjamin Netanyahu is a corrupted person, relying on a corrupted party, of course, according to my opinion, supported by the most extremist right, who had some, I would say, messianic approach to life. This is the most dangerous thing to Israel. Therefore, we have no intention to cooperate with Benjamin Netanyahu whatsoever.
And yet, once again,
if another elections is needed, well, so it will be.
And yet, once again, it seems that the polls are showing a deadlock to form a coalition. So, I mean, what is the solution? What needs to happen so that Israel isn't locked into another endless election cycle?
Well, I truly don't know, except the fact that we are heading another elections, and we are going to do our best in order to be in the most promised manner in this elections, and hopefully the Israeli citizens will decide and determine the destiny of Israel.
All right, Member of Knesset Yair Golan, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, it's Emmanuel Kadosh. I wanted to invite you all to subscribe to ILTV+, where you can find our daily news and updates about Israel. And not only that, but live feeds, entertainment, our kosher food show, and so much more. Needless to say, your subscription to ILTV+ helps us grow and create more content while also supporting the state of Israel. Our app is available on all platforms and devices, so I'll see you guys there.